And so the topic for today is peace. Really, it's always the topic. And I just wanted to take a minute here as an observation and a sharing. You know, peace within society, and it should be clear that we're living in a time where peace in society is, we don't say absent completely, but it's not so clearly visible. And lots of challenge, lots of strife, lots of suffering, lots of difficulty, lots of anger, lots of fear, all coming up in the surface. And there's no one here that's not affected by it, that's not aware of it. And so we just want to talk with it for a moment. It should be clear that peace is not legislated. It's not something that can happen on anyone's terms. Our dear Peace Pilgrim, and many of you are aware of Peace Pilgrim, the wonderful soul that walked across North America for 27 years from the Korean War, from 1953, January 1st, 1953, and left the body only in early 1982. She would say that there are really two ways, and one of them is the law of hook and claw, which is the approach of trying to legislate or force peace on one side's terms. And this is the war way. It is the way where hostility and anger and hatred and such come forth. And of course it cannot work. Any peace that comes as a result of legislation or military victory or victory of one person over another within society one way over another, suppressing one way and bringing forth another, does not last. And so what we're seeing in this time is really the breaking down of this system, and it must break down. It cannot last, and it never lasts. Such a peace is just a pause. Peace in society, it is the fruit of the individuals, not the society itself. It's important for us to remember a couple of points on the topic. And one is that society is nothing other than the collective of the individuals. Each of us come together to form society, and cooperative society means spirit of intentional cooperation between the individuals in society, and a disjointed or disruptive society means when that's not on the surface and not the primary motivation. Just this. It's not the society, it's really the individuals. And I remember this saying from Brahma Kumari's, when I first met the beautiful group that lead meditations in South Florida. They'd handed me one of their cards, and on the back it said that the outer world is not more or less than the collective inner worlds of all of the individuals. And this is very much true. So peace, real peace, it is not a collective as much as it is an individual. And then, of course, individuals who are at peace, who have learned and put in practice the way of peace, who work together with other individuals in order to help to propagate. There is an energy of peace, and there is an energy of angst and fear and anger and such. And honestly, the energy of peace, the energy of love is pervasive and eternal. It's not temporal. It never goes anywhere, but it does get covered up, and that's what happens in times like this. Whatever we as an individual practice, we also share. If we practice anger and angst and fear, then we share this. If we practice peace and joy and love, then we share this. And this is an important reminder for us. Peace Pilgrim would say, this is the way of peace. Overcome wrong with right, falsehood with truth, and hatred with love. And really, it's the only way. Wrong behavior with proper, good, dharmic behavior, considerate behavior, compassionate behavior. Falsehood with truth, speaking truth, but kind truth. Kind truth, positive ways of relating to truth in situations and ultimate truths. And hatred with love, we have to start with acceptance. And so the question is, what can we do in this time? And the answer is so much. Can we do something over there? Well, we do something over there by doing something here, because here and there are not separate. We can say 5 degrees of separation, something like that, but really there's no separation at all. Whatever we do here ends up there, and what's done there ends up here. And sometimes we're asked the question about energies, and what about energies? And what I'll say is, well, become an energy giver instead of a taker as it relates to energy. That is, radiate the energy of peace. And it's a work, and it relates to the goal that we set and how we live our life, and the steps that we take, the practices, the ways that we practice. And there's nothing preventing us. It's really a switch and a commitment that we make about how we'll live our life. We live the life to get, then we're all about the energy and the place and how it comes to us. If we live our life to give, then we're all about what are we offering, and it's this switch. And so here's the request in this time, and that is just focus on what you can do. Don't worry about what you cannot affect. Don't think that you have to physically be in a place in order to be an instrument of peace in that place. We're each given opportunities where we are to be an instrument of peace in this place, and this place is not separate from that place. So we just do our work here. That's the first. The second is, yes, we can do. We're already doing. We bring either one energy or the other, and it's a matter of making the choice to bring beneficial energy to be an instrument of peace. And it's like this. In a way, it's simple. It's profound, of course. And we won't say it's easy. And we don't blame anyone for not being there. Everyone is getting there. Everyone is getting here. It's the only way to be honest. Suffering is not acceptable. And we try to find a cure for suffering outside. It doesn't exist. We have to find it inside of us. And it's living in this way. So first 2 points, our work here is so meaningful. We don't understand how meaningful it is, but we get a flavor of it. Number 2, we can do, and we can make a big difference, and we do make a difference. I realized at one point I was making a difference, but not the way that I really wanted to. I was carrying anger and a very strong opinion about the way things are supposed to be. So my approach to being a peacemaker at that time was to make people to do the right way. And of course we realized, no way. So acceptance, but the practical part of this is forgiveness. Can we apply in our lives today small steps that help us to have a more peaceful life, more peaceful relationship with the world around us, immediate world around us, the people around us, the situations around us? Coming into the heart of compassion, practicing forgiveness, practicing acceptance of people with different ideas, vowing to ourselves to find positive ways to embody that which is beneficial instead of fighting against people that we don't agree with. And we can meditate upon this as well. So this is it. This is it. I just wanted to be with you today, and thank you for all that you do in terms of bringing light into this world. Wish you blessings. The great prayer from Tiny Tim in Christmas Carol, God bless us everyone. And so to share this blessing and wish you well, and wish all of us well, and see us being successful in working through these trials and tribulations, seeing the opportunity in them, and seeing the way to find the highest within us, and make another step up and another step forward in this way. And so thank you. Bless you. And if you can today look at any unpeaceful situations and see if you can bring them to resolution today in this moment. And the quickest way to bring them to resolution is to accept where it is now, and then just take the steps forward from here.